Jade. So today's video is going to be a full face, very fresh, very simple makeup tutorial aimed at the complete makeup beginner. And to make things even better, all the products that I'm using today are from the drugstore or, you know, your local chemist, and everything is 100% cruelty free. So I have done a video already on foundation for complete beginners. So if you guys want to know more on foundation and all that jazz, watch that video. I'll link it in the description box below for you guys. So the foundation I'm using today is Australis's Stay Put foundation. This is in the shade Natural Fawn. Rubbing this into my fingers, I've just got a tiny little bit. I'm basically just applying this onto my problem areas. For more of a fresh-faced look, I don't like to wear too much foundation just because I just feel it can be too heavy. So I'm mainly just applying it like on my T-zone, any areas that I want that little bit more coverage. Now for the rest of my face, to just even it all out, I'm going to be using a mineral powder. Personally for me, I just find these are so easy to do. They look extremely natural. They're very fast. I'm using my Nude by Nature mineral powder. This is in the shade Medium. So I'm just swirling the product, tapping off any excess, and I basically just go in and use like a buffing motion. Go down your neck, and if you're wearing your hair up, see like that color difference? Get product on those areas, and it's so easy when you are using like a mineral foundation just because you can literally just buff it in. So next step for me is to do my eyebrows. I do have so many videos on how I do my brows, so I'm going to be filling in my brows off camera. So now moving on to concealer. Less is more, especially when you are starting out with makeup. So I personally would only really conceal areas that I feel that I really need to. If I have blemishes, I have a few little kind of blemishes here, and the main area that I feel is my problem area are my under eyes, because I've got quite pronounced dark circles. I wouldn't recommend concealing everywhere because that can really make your makeup look cakey, especially if you are applying concealer on top of your foundation. I am using my Face of Australia concealer in Warm. So if you are using concealer on blemishes, I highly recommend you don't like apply it directly onto your blemish, because that can actually contaminate the concealer stick if you are using a stick, and it can get bacteria in here and it just becomes really messy. So what I'm doing is just applying this onto my finger and then working it in, and literally I just dab it onto those areas where I want to conceal. I just softly blend around the outside of that blemish. That way you still have that little bit more concealer on the actual blemish, but around the outskirts it's kind of a little bit more faded, if that's the right word. So for my under eyes, I'm going to be using my NYX Dark Circle Concealer. How I like to conceal is even like all up in here on me personally is quite dark. So I like to conceal all up here. I actually extend it past my dark circle. I'm just going to blend this out with my finger. Especially if you are working around your eyes, it's really important to be nice and gentle. So I find that, yeah, using a ring finger is definitely a good way to go. Moving on to the eyes, I am using today my Chi Chi Sunkissed palette. So I'm going to start off with this color. So this is quite a nice nude neutral shade. Either use your fingers or you can use a brush. I'm going to do one eye with my fingers and one eye with a brush so you guys can kind of see the difference. So literally I'm just doing a wash of this all over my eye. The next color I'm going to use is this shade here. I'm just placing that here. Moving on to eyelashes. Mascara does make a massive difference, as you guys can tell. So the mascara I'm using today is the Fierce Eyes Mascara by Australis. I hold it here. I kind of do a little flick with my wrist and just lightly lift up. I basically go through and coat my whole lashes. I never really use the whole wand. It's mainly the tip that I use. If you get it on your eyelid, don't stress. I do it literally every time I put my mascara on. And then when it comes to doing your lower lashes, this can be quite tricky. Basically all I do is I use just the little tip, and if I just get a really light coat, I'm happy just to kind of give my lashes a little bit of color. Literally with the tip of the brush, I just lightly kind of comb through to give them a little bit of color. You're probably wondering,
you got mascara all over your eyelid. How are you going to fix it?
The best way to fix it is to wait for it to dry. Go in with a dry cotton tip, and when it's dry you can literally just kind of flake it off. Next thing, I feel it's important to give your face some color and some life. So I'm going to be using a bronzer. This isn't a matte bronzer. This is more of a shimmery bronzer. So it's a lot more easier to use. It's more blendable. It's more natural looking and does give you a really beautiful glow. This is the Bronze Booster by Physicians formula in the shade light to medium. I'm just gonna apply this like on my cheeks. So this isn't really going to be contouring, anything like that. Contouring, you go under the cheekbone. This is going on the cheeks, on the high points of my face to kind of give me some nice, healthy looking glow. Also like to do my forehead. So it's basically like where, you know, the sun would naturally kind of hit. Also do on the top of my nose. Still using the Sunkissed palette. I want my eyes to appear just a little bit more awake, a little bit brighter. So I'm gonna go in with this light shade here. And I'm gonna apply this just in places to brighten up my eyes. On the inner corner, just dabbing it in. Any excess, I'm gonna wipe along my lower lash line. I'm also gonna put some up here on my brow bone. Even if you are a beginner, you might want to do highlighting or try highlighting. You don't have to go out and buy all the expensive highlighters. You can literally just use the same shade depending on your skin tone. All I'm doing is just putting some of it on my finger, rubbing it, and then I'm literally just gonna pat. So you're not getting like this massive streak. So much more natural. Like I still have that kind of highlighting sheen, but it's just so much more kind of natural and easy and wearable and just simple basically. The last little finishing touch is something on the lips. This is NYX's Butter Gloss. This is in the shade Angel Food Cake. So here you have the finished look. It is very fresh faced and very simple and polished. So perfect for work, perfect for school. Alright, my rainbows, thank you for watching. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I upload brand new videos twice a week. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!